Hello everybody, how are we all? I am going to talk to you today about the central meridian. Now, catching up, I hope you are. I have been talking for the last 10 days or so now about all the different points that we use in tapping. EFT, emotional freedom technique, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, hi Janet, nice to see you. Now, each of these points have a very relevant emotion, physical reaction, or whatever it is to them. And we're not just tapping any random points. We are tapping the beginnings or the ends of the meridians. And I've been talking about lots of these. If you want to know more, just go into the hashtag tapping points and it should come up with a lot of them. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the central meridian. Now, central meridian starts really at the pubic bone and it finishes in the chin. So it's literally coming straight up the center of your body. The Chinese have amazing names, and some of them, this one can be called the Sea of Yin, because again, we have the yin and we have the yang. This is the yin to the governing meridian, which starts here and goes all the way down the spine. So it creates this loop, and I'll talk about the governing meridian tomorrow. Now, this is also known as the vessel of bonding, because this meridian is, it's known also as the channel of our life force energy. And it represents that symbiotic relationship we have with as a mother and a child, because we place that child on the front of our body. So this is our mother connection through the front of our body. So it's all along this meridian. Now, when this meridian is very much to do with, as you can see, it's coming from that pubic bone all the way up. So it originates in that, hi Hira, is it Hira or Hira? I hope I've got it right. In the uterus in females and the lower abdomen for the men. Now there's 2 points I'm going to talk to you about that are along this meridian, which I find fascinating, and you'll understand a little bit more. First one is quite often known as the hara in Japanese, or the dandian, and you will know this if you've done any Tai Chi or Qi Kong. We hear them talking about stand, and you stand from your hara. It's like when you're standing in your power. And this point is literally 2 fingers width below your navel point. Now, we use this in different ways, and I've used this in different ways in kinesiology, but just think of that point as a really powerful point. That whole area is like your, it's your internal energy. This is where it all starts. Now, this point underneath here, the dandian, it's our energy center. It's our sea of Qi. So it's where the life force energy comes from in this point. And this point deals with the elimination. It deals with reproduction, okay? So if you've got any problems with menstrual problems or getting pregnant, this has a lot to do with that. It's to do with digestion, elimination, as I said, and also reproduction. So it's a really important point. But it's also that area where we have that sense of stability and balance. Now, I use this a lot with clients and saying, when I want you to feel like you're standing in your power. And when you're standing in your power, it's coming from your dandian or your hara, this point right here. So it is this, it's the seat of internal energy. And quite often, a lot of the exercises we do in kinesiology, we will connect with this. We'll put our palm of our hand over this point, and we will work other points in different ways, okay? So it's a really, really powerful point. Now, the other point I want to talk to you about is CV17. Now, this is known as the Sea of Tranquility. Now, this point literally is in the middle of your chest. For men, it is literally opposite their nipples. For women, it depends where your nipples are. But I'd like you to think of it as in between the 4th rib, okay? And it's in the middle here. Now, this point is used as a calming point. Now, it's literally where, when we're in prayer, we put the middle of our thumb inside here. And this point can represent whether you feel like your chest is sort of like coming downwards, you know, and we do this when we're feeling a little bit embarrassed, or we're feeling vulnerable, or we're feeling that we've got chest problems, asthmatic problems. We want to open up our chest. And by massaging this point, or you can tap this point. You can open up the chest. You can actually relieve stress and tension. This is good if you feel that there's been trauma in your life. This will release this. It brings that calmness back into your life. So just practice it. It may well be, if you are using this as an acupressure point where you are actually massaging it, it can be really, really sensitive. So just do that more, because the more you do it, the more you actually release that, okay? Because it's almost like there's a blockage there. So just allow yourself just to keep doing it, or just tap. And as you're doing that, make sure that you're breathing in and also breathe out through your nose. And just see how that feels. The more you use these points, the more the body knows what to do, okay? And it takes effect really, really quickly. Now, the different emotions that you might feel is, you may feel that there's a lack of success. You may feel shy. You may feel disconnected. You may feel confused. These are all the emotions that are connected to this meridian. Now, the other thing that we can do to really shift our energy is, if we feel that our energy is blocked with any of these feelings, or if you're feeling tense, if you feel your digestion's not good, if you feel reproduction is a problem or menstrual problems are a problem, if we just feel that our dandian, our hara, is actually a little bit stagnant, we feel that we can't move forward, we don't feel that we've got that energy within us. Because not only does this affect this one, this affects so many of the other meridians that we've been talking about. So it really is a powerful meridian. It's short, but there's a lot going on up here. Now, what we can do with this one, as well as tapping it, because you'll see in the EFT we tap this point here, is we can flush it. What we call is flush it. Now, if you feel that your meridians are going a little bit, you're feeling a little bit, the energy's out of sorts, then literally just trace your hand downwards on that meridian. And then that's sort of reversing the energy, but we want the energy to come back up. So we always trace the meridian 3 times, and that will actually rebalance and re-energize that meridian. Okay, so all you have to do is bring it up 3 times. Now, another one, this is a really good tip. If you're in a situation sometimes where you're feeling maybe a little bit vulnerable, if you feel that actually you're really not standing in your hara or your dantian or your power, then this one, by literally bringing that meridian up 3 times, just notice how that feels. It makes you feel stronger. It makes you feel more confident. It's really getting that energy in its most powerful place. So that's a small tip for you. Just bring it up, bring it up, bring it up 3 times, just tracing the meridian. Okay, so that's all I'm going to tell you about on this one, because there's so many more. But just remember, we've got the dandian, which is also known as a tonic point. So these tonic points, there's not many of them around the body on the different meridians, but when we say that they're a tonic point, they are a really, really much more powerful point to be aware of and to be able to use. So remember, dandian is 2 finger whips below the navel. You can hold that, you can feel it. Just have your feet firmly on the ground and just close your eyes. How do you feel? Are you in your power? If I came along and pushed you, would you fall over? Or would your upper body just float like a tree, and yet the lower part of your body is completely stable and it's fixed to the ground, to the earth? Okay? Standing in your power. CV17, right between the nipples. Or other ways, you can just do it so it's like in the middle, or just at the end of your armpit, in the middle of your chest here. Fantastic for releasing trauma, for bringing yourself back into a calm space, opening the chest. If you've got asthma or breathing problems, really good one to use to open up your chest and allow the breathing to be more fluid. All right, so tomorrow I'm going to come back and talk to you about governing meridian. Now, governing meridian starts behind the teeth, and it goes all the way down the spine and finishes at the coccyx bone. So can you see how these 2 are working? There's this flow of energy coming up and going down. So you've got this round circuit. All right, and again, we've got some fabulous tapping points along here. Again, it's a really important and powerful meridian, because we're doing this loop around our bodies. So have a fabulous day, and I shall speak to you tomorrow. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments. And what I'd also like you to do is come and join us in the Zen Zone group. I am going to be starting 7 Steps to Finding Your Zen Zone next Monday. It's a free experience where you can learn how you can bring yourself back into that Zen zone. No matter what storms are blazing, what fires are blazing or storms are blowing, you can be that one person who is calm. And you know how you can really get into that feeling of your Zenergy. So you've got the energy, but you've also got that connection with being in your Zen zone, which is really important. It's no good just having energy and just go, 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 because we go and then we burn out and we fall down. So we want the balance between the two. So come and learn some more stuff. I'd love to see you there. Just come into the group, the Zen Zone, and join us. All right? Have a fabulous day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Bye for now.